Hello and welcome back, Normal Player Guy. So now this will be a top 10 of the best teams in Dokkan Battle. This will be a run through what I think is the best teams, the best 10 teams in Dokkan Battle for all users to have a play at. So I'll get straight into it. So your number 10 will be Movie Bosses. This will be represented by Broly. The reason why that will probably be his number 10 is there's a lot of good offensive and defensive characters. There's a lot of fun characters, and there's a lot of units to build around. You got, for example, you got all the Janembas, the LR Janemba, the SDR Janemba, the Tech Janemba, and you got all the Brolys. Well, you got like the two LR Brolys, especially the STR one. You got the Int Broly. Then you got Turles. AGL Turles has not yet had his EZA for us, but he is really, really good, especially against a superclass enemy. And of course, the LR Turles as well. I mean, those two are a great duo. You got both the golden freezers. So you've got like a great defensive build. You've also got transforming freezer as well. You've also got cooler than there, physical cooler, STR cooler. All of these link really, really well. They have such a very strong attack and defense in links. Big Bad Bosses, Thirst for Conquest, some of them have Destroy the Universe, that's a Turtles link granted. Then you've got Metamorphosis, Brutal Beatdown, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. A lot of some really, really strong defense and attack. It's quite small overall, but considering it's just from movies, that's not exactly hard to. It's not exactly hard to blame, and you can't really put too much fault there. However, I can definitely see more top tier Turles, more top tier Brolys, and a different Janemba, and definitely more 13s coming out, definitely more Super 13s. And of course, there's always going to be Beerus's out there every now and then. Really, really strong team, loads of potential, really, really fun to use. Has some of the difficult stages going for it, but not much can be helped with that one. So in 9, we have Wicked Bloodline represented by Frieza. So Wicked Bloodline is a really, really good team. You almost got infinite key. There are some fantastic LRs and fantastic TURs, and just overall, it's a really, really strong team. Again, you've got the golden freezers, you've got the transforming freezer, you've got the LR STR, you've got the LR AGL, you got that great third form support. Overall, they have quite a lot of overlap, as you can have them on Terrifying Conquerors, Movie Bosses, Transformation Boost, Accelerated Battle. A lot of overlap. And of course, it's overshadowed by all the superclass variants. And as I say, can't really help that. Wicked Bloodline is specifically focusing on these compared to the superclass variants. There's a lot more of them. But overall, you'll find that the Wicked Bloodline team and Terrifying Conquerors, Space Traveling Warriors, all that kind of stuff, you'll find that they're really, really good on the like the freezers can heal, and they can stack defense, they can stun. There's that in free to play one who's brilliant against a Goku family member, and then you got that golden freezer who can transform, the angel one. All of them really, really good. So 8. Now I'm going to cheat a little bit because they're both basically the same. That's Miraculous Awakening and Powerful Comeback. I'm going to cheat a little bit on this one. These two came out at the same time with the 6th year anniversary units. This was AGL UI Goku's first one, and this was Int LR Evolution Blue Vegeta's, and that was Powerful Comeback and Miraculous Awakening. Both of them are really, really good, and you can have a lot of overlap between them. You can actually build a team between the overlap. You have both the AGLUI and the Int Blue Vegeta. You also have the likes of LR Super Saiyan Int. So a lot of really good, powerful units on there. So those two are basically amongst the less around the same. So that's why I'm going to cheat a little bit. A lot of them are really, really good. There's some Bardocks in there, and you can imagine those Bardocks as well are eventually going to have a awakening at some point. So really, really good in there. There's some Super Saiyan 4s in the Miraculous Awakening, and there's actually Ultimate Gohans in the Powerful Comeback. Now, the reason why it might be so relatively down low on the list is that it's only realistically a new team. It's only come out last year, so we're only coming up to a year old. In fact, if anything, it'd be 11 months old. All in, those two are really, really powerful, so I'm kind of cheating a little bit on it. So your next one, represented by Vegeta, will be the Vegeta family team. So overall, it's had some great buffs and some great EZAs and great new releases. Well, we've had the int margin Vegeta works really well with the tech one now, and the STR margin Vegeta really helped to flush them out. Of course, you've still got a reasonable Pure Saiyan lead with this transforming Vegeta, and then of course the LR Super Saiyan 4s, who will have the EZA for global within probably 6 weeks by now. And of course, you've got the Blue Vegeta, who just had his EZA. And there's those Super Mega Chunks, those Hulk Chunks, both of them, the STR and the physical version, both had the EZAs. And you got the Entrusted Will AGL Transforming Trunks. All together, it's a really, really powerful team. Compared to the counterpart of Goku's team, no, that's not going to touch. They're a little bit shy, and they can struggle with Ki in many regards, but you'll probably get a lot of overlap between Prodigy's Gifted Warriors with the Vegeta family team. So that's really, really good for them. They're a really strong team. Some of their missions can be damn hard, though. So moving on now for into the six is Realm of Gods, represented by our favourite Omni King. Now, Realm of Gods you could theoretically put higher, but I tried to distinguish between broad categories with a lot of overlap. But there's no denying Realm of Gods has its own specific set of characters. You've got Beerus and Whis, who are a formidable duo. Don't forget that STR Whis, who just dodges a lot and exponentially increases defense, can lower attack, seal. And you got the physical Beerus, who is just an absolute powerhouse. You got that Vardos. Overall, you've got some really, really good units. They can really flush in to, for example, you got like Rep 7, where you got the UI Gokus, and you got the Evolution Blue Vegetas. You can just have a pure Saiyans kind of build around there. You've even got that niche lead off the Int Log of Goku, who has the pure and hybrid Saiyans. You could make a Realm of Gods team around that as well. So really, really powerful. Don't forget you got Tech God Goku as well, who have his EZA coming up, and one of the new anniversary units will also appear on here. I mean, they alone might bump it up to, I'd say, no more than fourth, because the top three are pretty much set in place. But Realm of Gods, depending on the new characters that come in, they can go up and down, up and down. And you could say, like when the 5th-year anniversary came out with the Vegito and Gogeta, I tried not to put them in the Realm of Gods. I tried to put them on Final Jump or Patara rather than just Realm of Gods, which is very broad. But there's no denying that Realm of Gods is a very powerful, very broad team with a lot of overlap. I actually would love to see an Omni King variant in there. The Extreme Class variants of them actually needs more support, needs more backing. We need more blacks, we need more Zamasus, and more especially, we need more crossovers. Crossover category could actually really help with flushing this out. You know, like Demigren, you've got the special Demon King, Deborah and all that, his new form. Fu had a new awakening in one of the heroes' side episodes. So a lot of potential, lots of potential in here. But compared to the other more focused categories, they're only in six. So in the top five now, we have Goku Family represented by, of course, Goku. Goku Family, one of the larger teams going for them. Really good for overlapping on Kamehameha, Turtle School, and then of course you can branch that into Hybrid Saiyans, you could branch that into Pure Saiyans, Realm of Gods. There's a lot of overlap. So the Goku family is really, really good. You've got all the UI Gokus, all the Super Saiyan versions of him. Of course, you have the Ultimate Gohans, so that's also really, really good on that behalf. Altogether, you've got a really strong, robust team, and they all support one another. You think as well that free-to-play Int Super Saiyan Goku with the Yard Rat uniform, who can just beast and dominate. Then you've got the Super Saiyan 2 transform into 3. He's an absolute powerhouse with crits. You've got the Heart Virus Goku, all around super strong team, very robust, works really, really well. You could argue that just that team alone can be in the top 3, and if you force that agenda on me, I probably believe you. So number 4, we'll carry on into the introduction as we said. So as I said, with the overlap of the Kamehameha team, that's where we got in now. So I could have cheated and put them on the same level, but Kamehameha has its own slight differences. In fact, there are some extreme class variants, Cells and Blacks and Boos. So they all have a great variant around them, allowing you to build just a little bit of a niche mix. It's quite nice. I'd like to see more more powerful, villainous ones, more extreme class with the Kamehamehas. Of course, we are due for more blacks anytime soon. There'll always be new cells. There might not be any new boos anytime too soon, but you can bet they'll be on there at some point. So the Kamehameha, of course, is probably everyone's tried and tested, all faithful, and that's the most all reliable. So very robust. LR Gohan, who stacks, and then you've got the new Int Super Saiyan, and then of course you've got various other powerful units all stacking, and the UI Gokus will be on there, and Transforming Goku's going to be on there. Kamehameha is basically the Goku team, but with a few extreme class variants in there, overall making a very strong team. There's so much overlap between the next few coming up now. And of course, one of them is now Super Saiyans represented by Bardock. I thought that'd be a nice image just to show for this. So Super Saiyans also really good blend, but Super Saiyans more so blends in with the top category and the second category more than the rest. So Super Saiyans can blend in absolutely anywhere, and it's one of those broad categories. But I did manage to find a distinguishing between, say, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, and the pseudo Super Saiyan 4, the Great Ape. So there were some substantial differences, and there were enough to actually integrate it into this. But of course, between the next two, you'll find a lot of overlap. So the Super Saiyans can be very good, especially for just generically a Goku team. You can just have a hybrids team, and there's a lot of overlap. Really, really good as well on youths. Youths actually a good one. Special pose, you can get a good one in there. Some powerful characters to really help flush out. Now, you can probably have a guess who we got left. So between these two, you can probably have an idea of who we're going for. So this one, now this will be Gohan, and he represents Hybrid Saiyans. He represents Hybrid Saiyans. Probably one of the most strongest teams going. Might be even be the most strongest team if it wasn't for just the sheer category of the roster that is in number one. So just a quick rundown of those that are in Hybrid Saiyans. You've got the Ultimate Gohans, you've got Gotens, you've got Trunks, you've got the physical Super Saiyan 2 Gohan support, you've got the movie STR Trunks support, you've got the Gotenks, the Int Transforming Gotenks, you've got LRB Pan, the other STR Pan, you've got those big hulking Trunks. I mean, you've got Entrusted Will Transforming Trunks, you've got LR Physical Trunks. There are so many. It's unbelievable. The team is absolutely insane. Bolstered up as well if you have the Kid Gohan from the heavily events category as well. Such a really strong, powerful team that overlaps and support each other so much. Hybrid Saiyans used to be an up and comer, and now it's just without a doubt a powerhouse. There's always something going on with them. Just the sheer roster of potential people out there is absolutely insane. There are equal amounts of good and fun units for both Vegeta and Goku's family. Uh, I'd like to see a bit more crossover come into this play. They're beginning to flush them out with the Super Saiyan 3s from those Xenos and crossovers and Dragon Ball Heroes, but more can come out, and more can come out from the Future Saga as well. There's definitely more to come out. Now, of course, the first one, probably the most obvious. This first one, introduced by Turles, which I thought was a really good idea, is Pure Saiyans. Now, there was no doubt Pure Saiyans is by far and away the number one, on par, if not the most powerful, with the hybrids. Only the roster is probably the largest. Well, you think of all the units we got in here, all the newer recent units. So let's take the STR Super Vegeta with his guaranteed crits, and then you've got the Int Margin Vegeta, you've got the LRUIs, you've got the Super Saiyan 4s, you've got the LR Int Super Saiyan Goku. You've got so many powerful people. You've got the Heart Virus Goku. You've got the GT Hero leads, the Int Vegeta, and the Physical Goku. There's so many powerful units in there. All the LRs are going to have the Awakening. The AGL LR Margin Vegeta's had his Awakening. The Tech Super Saiyan 3 Goku gonna at some point have his awakening. Bardock Super Saiyan 3 for the Super Saiyan 3 lead's gonna have his awakening. There's too many powerful people. It can be a real struggle to build these teams. Transforming Goku, transforming Vegeta, who will also have an Easy 8 upcoming. Evolution Blue Vegeta's just had an Easy 8. And I say the UIs, the 6th anniversary LRs, the fact now as well that Pure Saiyans now includes the Patara and Fusion Duo, the physical LR, the Intel LR, then you've got the Tech LR and the STI LR. The fact that they're on the team now makes a fantastic team. You'll probably run all of them four together, especially the two more recent ones. Uh, the amount of possibilities is absolutely insane. They integrate into so many of these. In fact, the only ones they don't really integrate into is Movie Bosses and Wicked Bloodline. Hence why these are down in 9 and 10. Not to say that Movie Bosses and Wicked Bloodline isn't great, but the sheer amount of overlap, the power, the quality of the power, the quantity of available, you find that Pure Saiyans is just far and away the best. Honestly, these three, maybe even these top four, I would say 3 and 4 are interchangeable, but they're in 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 you could argue to be interchangeable. I personally would have the E set in. You think that all the major events and anniversaries that come out, Pure Saiyans get more support than they do with hybrids. When the hybrids just get a bunch of easy A's in bounds, but Pure Saiyans, there's always going to be Pure Saiyans. And that's what we all like. That's what we all want to see. We all want to see these flashy intros. We all want to see these Kamehameha and final flashes, end screens of the KO victories. So there we go. That's the top 10 teams currently in Dokkan. Granted, this is more based on my experience, but I like to think that this top 10 is a nice, good idea and a nice broad range as to how the rest of the community is probably having it. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, or at least found it amusing. Until then, goodbye.